Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. This video will teach you how to play the basics of the violin in 25 bite-sized lessons. These videos are for anyone who is completely new to the violin and music in general and want to learn how to play the violin in their own time without being overwhelmed with too much information. If you want to view these lessons in their original elongated form, you can access them by clicking the link under this video. This content is part of my 1 to 30 violin course, which guarantees to take you from a complete beginner to an accomplished violinist in just 30 lessons. All links can be found in the description bar underneath these videos. Now, not all of these lessons will be interactive. Some will just be explaining a particular technique or music theory, and an icon will appear on the screen to show you whether it will be interactive or a theoretical learning session. At the beginning of each video, information will pop up on the screen to tell you what equipment and PDF printouts you will require for that lesson. Everybody ready? Let's begin. Okay, for lesson 24, it's just a quick summary of what we have learned so far and what we need to remember, and that is how to rosin the bow, how to tune the violin, where and how to apply the dots on the violin, which are these ones if you remember, how to hold the violin, how to hold the bow, the parts of the violin, how to tighten the bow, where to play and how to play, and all 20 notes. So really do make sure that you understand all of those. The main things I think that you would need to take away from that is how to hold the violin and bow. I see so many people that learn how to hold the violin and how to hold the bow, and the next thing you know, their bow hold, their thumb is bent this way, so they're not holding the bow, they're holding it with the fingertips. They can't figure out why they've got too much tension on their hand. Their violin is all out to the front, they're playing all hunched. You know, just all of those little things that greatly affect everything, because if everything is crunched up, you can't play anything. I'm also finding that a lot of people play with their wrist up. We need to have our wrist down. So that wasn't necessarily something I discussed earlier, but when you put your fingers on the violin, you want to make sure that your hand is down, so that your hand is straight. We don't want the palm of our hand to be up. We want the palm of our hand to be down so that our fingers are nicely curved over. So definitely not like this, but we need them to be down. So if you just make sure of those little things, then that's your actual playing position sorted, and you won't have any posture issues, you won't have any bow hold issues, any finger issues or anything like that. The other thing is to make sure that you've learned all 20 notes, which is something we discussed in the previous lesson, and you've got your sheet music here that you can refer to, and the finger chart that you've got here with your basic notes and the test, and of course the advanced notes or the advanced sheet that you've got here as well. So those are the things that we need to summarize and make sure that we know before we move on to lesson 25, where I have set you all a challenge and we're going to be putting everything together. And I can promise you this challenge is mad. If you've stuck this course to the end and you can complete the piece of music within this challenge, you're well off and away. You're going to want to move on to the next set of lessons for sure, I can promise you. But the piece of music I've set you all for a challenge is so much fun. So I can't wait to play it all to you in lesson 25, and I can't wait to see you all videoing it and posting it on your YouTube channels and Instagram for me to have a look at. So I will see you in the final lesson 25.